The hostess's smile froze the second she saw her. Conversations dipped, forks paused midair, and the room tilted with quiet, ugly judgment. "We're fully booked," the hostess said, eyes skimming past the girl's worn shoes and threadbare shawl. Even though a dozen tables sat empty, the girl swallowed, clutching the straps of her backpack, and asked in a voice barely louder than the piano, "May I just sit for a minute?" Laughter rippled from a corner booth. "This isn't a shelter," someone muttered. And that's when he stood up. No one noticed him at first. He was just another man in a charcoal coat, sleeves rolled, calm as a closed door. He crossed the marble floor, lifted a chair from an empty table, and placed it gently in front of her like a vow. "Sit," he said, not loud, not angry, unmistakable. The room inhaled. Her name was Lena. She had come to the restaurant because the warmth spilled onto the sidewalk every night, because the smell of bread reminded her of a kitchen that no longer existed. Her mother had died the winter before. Her father had vanished earlier than that. She worked afternoons at a laundry and studied at night, saving for exams that might buy her a different life. That evening, exhaustion had pinned her to the curb. She thought 5 minutes on a chair might keep her upright. The manager rushed over, cheeks tight. "Sir, you can't." "She can," the man said, pulling the chair back and steadying Lena as she lowered herself. His eyes never left the manager's face. "This is a restaurant. You serve food. You do not serve humiliation." Whispers multiplied. Phones lifted. The manager tried to laugh it off. "Company policy," he said, voice wobbling. "We can't have." "Policies are choices," the man replied, "and so are consequences." He ordered tea for Lena. He ordered bread. He ordered soup. When the server hesitated, he met her gaze and smiled. "Please." She nodded, relief flooding her face, and hurried away. Lena ate with careful gratitude, cheeks burning. The man sat across from her, saying little, asking nothing. When she finished, he slid a card across the table. "For your exams," he said. She shook her head. He pushed it back. "Take it. Someday you'll give someone else a chair." The manager hovered, calculating damage control. The man paid the bill, stood, and spoke just loud enough. "I'll be back." He was back the next night, and the night after that. He never raised his voice. He always brought a chair. And every time more eyes watched, reviews began to bloom online. First a trickle, then a flood. Videos of a girl being refused a seat. Comments flared. Hashtags caught fire. The restaurant's name trended for all the wrong reasons. The owner, a polished man with a perfect smile, called an emergency meeting. "We are a premium establishment," he said, tapping the table. "We do not cater to." The man in the charcoal coat walked in without knocking. Silence fell like a curtain. "I'm here about your choices," he said, setting a folder down. Inside were printed screenshots, timestamps, witness statements. And about mine. Security shifted. The owner scoffed. "Who do you think you are?" The man smiled, and it was gentle and devastating. "The person who owns the building you're sitting in." Color drained from the owner's face. The manager's mouth opened, then closed. The man continued, voice steady. "You've had complaints for years. Discrimination, public shaming, turning people away not for lack of space, but for lack of status. I let it go because numbers look good. That was my failure." He turned to the staff. "This restaurant exists because the neighborhood exists. You don't get to eat its money and spit out its people." The owner stammered. "We can fix this. A statement. An apology. We are fixing it." The man said, "Effective immediately. This place is closed for renovation and retraining. New management. New policies. Every employee will attend workshops on dignity and service. Those who refuse can leave." The room buzzed. Someone started clapping. Then another. Then the sound rolled like thunder. Outside, Lena stood with her backpack, watching the lights go dark. The man joined her. "I didn't do this for revenge," she said softly. He shook his head. "Neither did I. I did it for balance." Weeks later, the restaurant reopened. The windows were brighter. A sign by the door read, All are welcome. Chairs were set with intention, not hierarchy. Lena came on opening night, clean dress borrowed, exam results folded in her pocket. She was seated without question. The man watched from across the street, unseen. He saw her laugh. He saw the staff move with care. He turned away, satisfied. Months passed. Lena passed her exams. She found a better job. She volunteered at a shelter on Sundays. One rainy evening, she noticed a boy standing outside a cafe, shivering, unsure. Without thinking, she carried a chair to the doorway and set it down. "Sit," she said. And somewhere in a city that had learned the cost of cruelty, a quiet revenge took root. Not in fists or flames, but in chairs placed where they were once denied, until kindness became policy and humiliation went bankrupt.